Good Monday afternoon, everyone. Welcome to GardenStateWeather.com. Meteorologist Robert Smith here in the Weather Center on this Monday. I'm not sure if it's the last Monday of summer, but it feels every bit of it outside on this hazy, little bit smoky sky this 13th of September 2021. A tropical disturbance here of nature off of the southeast coast here. This has a slight chance of a development, probably whisking out into the ocean. We have, of course, this is Nicholas. We'll get into that in a moment. We had a couple of vortexes here in the westerly zonal flow here by the reds, indicated by the winds in the upper levels of the atmosphere, overlaid with a few. This is about where the front is right now. It's draped just about in here, and there's disturbances along it. The front's very slow to move to the south. There's not really much of a push because the flow at all levels is about parallel, and high pressure is off the mid-Atlantic coast states. Tropical Storm Nicholas now in the Gulf right now between the southeast coast here, the Panhandle. Well, that's the Panhandle actually. This is the southeast Gulf Coast here into Louisiana and Mississippi here. This is what it looks like on satellite. And see if we can get this going here. Looking good. Yep, a lot of flare-up of shower and thunderstorm, a lot of rain, inches of rain here across the Gulfport regions over the next couple of days, actually. Let's take you back here and see what's going on. Here is the low now, located in the Gulf here. These are the surface observations. Let's pull this off, get back to the tracks here. Basically inland, and then becoming a depression right now. It's located about 26.9 north, 96.5 west, maximum winds about 50 knots, minimum central pressure 1,002 millibars, and the radius of maximum winds about 30 nautical miles, 50 knot wind radii by quadrant. And this is the latest path of the storm, where we have tropical storm warnings here in the Gulfport regions here, as it is a storm getting inland here into Texas, and then eventually just becoming a depression here as it gets through the area 7 p.m. on Wednesday as a depression across portions of Louisiana into Mississippi. It's moving north at about 12 miles an hour. Key messages of Nicholas here, of course, the heavy rainfall over portions of Texas and Louisiana coast through the middle of the week, potentially resulting in life-threatening flash and urban flooding, high urbanized metropolitan areas as well. Minor to isolated moderate river flooding is expected. And Nicholas forecast to approach the middle Texas coast as strong tropical storm by this evening, and it could be near hurricane intensity at landfall. Tropical storm conditions expected along portions of the coast of South Texas into the afternoon. Let's take a look at the U.S. rainfall here from the National Hurricane Center. And we're talking about really high doses of amounts right along the coast here from, let's say, Corpus Christi into Houston, Lake Charles, Louisiana, just the places that they absolutely do not need any more rain here in Louisiana at all whatsoever. Don't need any more rain in portions of Louisiana where we still have 117,434 state outages. Basically, what we're looking at here is still high amounts. This is like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks now out with this extreme amount of power outages here. It's just incredible. Weather Prediction Center, 72-hour precipitation ending Thursday, the 16th at 7 a.m. Look at these amounts here, 7, 8, 9 inches right along these areas around Lake Jackson, Galveston, Houston, Beaumont, Texas, Lake Charles, Louisiana here. Taking a look at areas inland here, Lake Charles, Louisiana, about 7.5 inches or 7.2, Lafayette 8.5. You got the idea here. This area cannot afford any more rainfall. And from the Rutgers Weather Center here in New Brunswick, Rutgers Meteorology Program here, 85 degrees and humid outside. Wind is out of the west at 7. Wind gust at about 8 out of the west-northwest. Dave Robinson, state climatologist from Rutgers WeatherNet site, has updated the top stories, sticky, August 2021 and the summer 2021 recap. If you want to take a look at this by visiting njweather.org and clicking on the link. Other temperatures this afternoon, it's warm and sticky, 89 in West Creek, Sicklerville, 88, Atlantic City Marina, 88, Oswego Lake, 88, Vineland, 88. High Point Monument, 73, that's about normal. High Point itself at 75, Wantage 75, 76 at Vernon, and Charlottesburg at 79. All the other air temperatures in the area, we can pull this up. Why this always takes so long to pull up. There you go. Take a look at the air temperatures right now in the low to mid 80s. Do we have a heat index? Yeah, somewhat. Feels like it's in the upper 70s, upper 80s, and lower 90s here towards the I-95 corridor in South Jersey, even around the coastline here in Oceanport too. And it's quite sticky outside, lots of cumulus clouds ahead of this cold front making its way north. And the dew points again sticky in the 60s and 70s. We'll be asking for this come winter. Trust and believe. Lots of cumulus in the sky this afternoon, obviously on the west winds coming down off the mountain ridges here in northeastern Pennsylvania and northern New Jersey. It looks pretty outside, right? Pretty much. Not a bad looking sky at all. Of course, in the news on Monday here from Health Day News, the appeals court backs Florida's ban on school mask mandates. So, who knows what's going on here, right? It's not good in Florida. This is the COVID map from this morning from FluStar. The Wu variant and the Delta variant here all coming together. Not looking good, folks. And if you're wondering about the allergies, it's, of course, the seasonal things like ragweed, grasses, and chenopod's are the primary concerns here for today at 6.9. And the 5-day forecast is looking pretty busy as well on the medium to low to medium side throughout the week. Probably coming down as we head in towards the later part of the week with showers and thunderstorms, bringing some of that pollen from the trees down to the ground. We'll do your 7-day temperatures now from the National Digital Database from the National Weather Service in New Jersey, for New Jersey. These are the latest high temperatures today, again in the upper 80s to low 90s in a few urban spots. Tomorrow, lower 80s as the front sinks a little further south. Where the warm spots will be is where the front will probably get hung up in here, this area here. And the Delta, the Baltimore area here into the I-95 Turnpike corridor here. Again, temperatures in the upper 80s, cooling off into the 70s with that backdoor front here and a wind coming in from off the ocean. We'll tell you why in just a moment. That won't last as the front lifts back north on Wednesday. Temperatures again in the upper 80s. Few upper 70s in the hills, and of course cooler right along the facing shorelines. It's natural this time of the year. That front comes through with rain and temperatures back into the upper 70s to around 80 or so. That looks pretty normal. And again, upper 70s on Friday. About 80 or so on Saturday, and again, back into the mid and upper 80s again as we head into Sunday. Now, you're probably wondering, what is normal for this time of the year? Well, we're definitely about 10 degrees or so in the urban centers and even higher than that across Long Island and the New York City boroughs here for today. Tomorrow will be, again, several degrees above normal, well above normal here in Pennsylvania and down towards the Delaware River Valley area here and down to Baltimore and Washington. Above normal again on Wednesday as that front makes its way through. And then we start heading back down, just a few degrees above normal on Thursday. Either side of normal by a couple of degrees here on Friday. Nothing tremendous here. Saturday, it's an uptick again. And on Sunday, we're running again 8 to 10 degrees above normal. Summer continues. Let's switch on over to the latest guidance from the HRR. And we'll section out the northeast here. And we'll do the simulated radar. And this is the HRR's version here as we go through the afternoon. Here comes that cluster of showers and thunderstorms around Saginaw, Port Huron, heading in towards Syracuse and Elmira. This is the latest one coming in. The long-range one is not. Now, there are going to be a few showers and thunderstorms across the Poconos. Right along that frontal boundary into northern New Jersey, we'll have to watch out for some heavy downpours, but they'll be brief and moving along fast in the westerly flow aloft. And here comes more showers and thunderstorms heading southeast, diving out from Buffalo and Rochester here in Syracuse, late tonight, tomorrow morning. So places around the Hudson Valley area, northeastern Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey may get clipped by a few of these, according to the latest guidance. And here's more precipitation heading in towards Marquette, Michigan, and Sault Ste. Marie. On Facebook this morning, we show there is some dry air here, some dust and smoke coming off the African Sahel. So this particular disturbance here, the tropical wave producing disorganized cloudiness and thunderstorms located over far eastern tropical Atlantic. It's moving to the west at about 15 miles an hour, and its formation chance is about 80% in the next 5 days as it breaks through some of this dry air, that dust and smoke, actually, dry air in the atmosphere just to the west of it. This disturbance here across portions of, let's see, southeastern and central Bahamas as a tropical wave interacts with an upper level trough over the area. Again, about a 50% chance of this doing anything in the next 5 days. Low chance, about 10% in the next 48 hours. We'll monitor that. And of course, we have Nicholas here, which is moving to the north at about 12 miles an hour, 60 mile per hour. And again, this may become a brief Category 1 hurricane before making landfall in Texas later this evening and tomorrow morning. In the eastern Pacific, hold on, let's see what we got here. In the eastern Pacific, we have this disturbance here, about 30% chance. That doesn't look too impressive to me. And in the central Pacific, nothing's going on. And the Air Force airplane here, mission number 3 into Nicholas here. These are the flight level winds and the REOB observations here, founding a low of about 1,004 millibars here. So this is 1,015.3 millibars extrapolated sea level pressure. These are all the drop zones here. So we're monitoring this, but it's a rain producer more than anything else. Switch gears to the NAM model guidance from this morning. Again, with this front, there's going to be some isolated to scattered shower and thunderstorm activity here and there. Not a washout for the week, but this front isn't really going to move too far to the south because it's being blocked, first of all, by the west to east zonal flow and the high pressure off to the south and east, and of course, what is happening down in the Gulfport regions of Texas and Louisiana with Nicholas. There will be some stronger short waves in this flow, and as we get into Wednesday night and Thursday, that's when this next front and disturbance along it. So this one washes out, the first one. Here comes the second one, and this is producing some showers and thunderstorms on Wednesday night, and it probably will extrapolate into our area during the day on Thursday. Probably switch out. We'll do the European model guidance, which hopefully by now has come in. And we'll do the northeast here. Actually, let's zoom out. Let's zoom back out into the United States. And let's do 500 millibar vertical velocity, or vorticity, actually. Let's do the vorticity here. So this is what's going on in the atmosphere. We have a west to east flow. Okay, here is what is Nicholas by Wednesday morning. Here is our high pressure center off of the mid-Atlantic coast, and this trough axis here with rainfall scattered about off of the southeast coast here. I don't see any wide-scale, disturbances here in this flow. Everything will be lifting to the north. Notice most of the PVA associated with this, and the potential vort maxes are all to the north, except for Thursday. That's where the front comes through, and there is some vorticity here entering into northeastern Pennsylvania, the Hudson River Valley, Connecticut, northern New Jersey. And again, it's not really going anywhere. Okay, we have another push here in southeastern Canada, another storm getting ready to get onto the west coast here, the British Columbia area here, and Vancouver. Notice the front isn't really moving anywhere, and here's the remnants of what was Nicholas. And again, the flow is southwest to northeast, and the upper flow is from west to east, so it's pretty zonal. And most of the PVA associated with all of this is basically to the north. Now, are we going to get any heavier shower and thunderstorm activity? Again, this doesn't look too impressive to me just yet. and then high pressure built in over the weekend on Sunday and Monday. Now, what about Saturday? That's what you're thinking to yourself. Well, there'll be some cloud cover and some showers around probably early, and that'll dry out. And here comes high pressure over New England and the mid-Atlantic coast states with the wind coming in from off the ocean again, so it's a marine air mass coming in again. That high moves off the coast, and this is becoming much more of an amplified pattern. All this energy that was associated with a high off the mid-Atlantic coast is now backing in. So we have winds coming in off the ocean in one direction here, southeast to northeast, and then winds around the high on the backside ahead of this Fort Max. And this one is a positively tilted one too. So this one is moving pretty rapidly. And you can see this whole conglomeration here as we get into Thursday, September 23rd here. This is what the model guidance wants to do. It wants to turn this neutral and eventually probably negative. So anything that, any kind of moisture that's down in here is going to get swept up along this disturbance as it makes its way in. Probably we are definitely in fall, autumn by that time, because it's I think autumn begins on the 20th, right? Yeah. Of course, the big story is from the European model guidance is all this heavy rain from showers and thunderstorms in the northern plains, the upper Midwest here, and of course with Nicholas in the Gulf port regions here over the next 10 days. Not terribly wet here, no, but definitely wet in other areas in here, along the polar branch and the subtropical branch here. European model guidance, 500 millibar heights. See this? Southeast Ridge, Bermuda Ridge here, backing into this desert southwest and into Florida, the northern mid-Atlantic area here. The flow is zonal until this starts coming into the fold on the 20th as we enter into fall on Monday the 20th. So next Monday actually is the beginning of fall here. But we have a high pressure zone which is above normal heights here over the northern New England area down through the northern mid-Atlantic, and that will continue. So even though that fall starts here, it doesn't look like we're exiting summer just because it says so. Not right away. And this is a perfect example looking at the 500 millibar European anomalies here. Doesn't look like fall is entering the East Coast at all. And now this is Monday of next week when autumn actually begins, astronomical autumn begins. But look at all of this ridging here, above normal height anomalies here, below normal here. This is a big change here coming as we head into the next 10 days. By the time we get to the 23rd, summer is still hanging on across the northeast and mid-Atlantic coast states, but there's changes here. There's definitely a pattern change that is starting to evolve as the polar westerlies become more influential in the upper stream pattern. Of course, now the Ida death toll here in the state of New Jersey, most of this caused by drowning or floodwaters just washing people away in their vehicles and downstream into rivers and banks. Just so depressing to see this summer, the way that it actually turned out, amongst other things. Ida's death toll now climbs to 30. Murphy said he did this conference about an hour or so ago. You can check this out on NewJersey.com. And also, New Jersey reports another 1,500 COVID cases, confirmed 6 deaths, transmission rate back up. Not good. No. Bad news. One of the things we'll do here now that we're almost halfway through this month of September, don't ask me where it went. Here is the climatology for normal temperatures from the beginning of the month of October in the New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia I-95 corridor all the way to the end of the month. There are 31 days in October. So on the 1st of October, normal high temperatures are in the upper 60s to lower 70s. By the time we get to the 31st, they're in the upper 50s to low 60s. So this is, again, another drop by about 10 degrees. From normal, 10 degrees actually from the beginning of the month of October to the end of the month of October. Low temperatures, typically in the upper 40s to low and mid 50s across the area October 1st, and by the end of the month, they're in the upper 30s to low 40s. That's a big change Loss of daylight heating and daylight savings time, longer night hours, less sunlight hours. This is climatology. It doesn't mean this is happening this year. I'm telling you, this is what the normal climatology should look like on average. Of course, this weekend is the Big C here now in Asbury Park. They were setting up the stage plateaus or the stages this afternoon or this morning on the Asbury Park Beach Cam. And we had a hard time loading this afternoon. This didn't want to work, but now, let's see, maybe one of the servers here is getting this. So here's the people on the boardwalk this hour in Asbury Park this afternoon on this 13th, the last Monday, actually. It is the last Monday, officially, of the summer of 2021. And there are people out there doing their thing under a hazy sky. There's some people at the beaches here. You can see that they're setting up the stages here in the background. Some people still in the water trying to enjoy the last full Monday of the summer of 2021. Wow. I don't have too many good words to say about this summer in terms of meteorology, but I'll tell you that people did make it the best out of the situation that they could, and there's plenty of people still on the beaches. Obviously, a lot of people are back in school and work now, but here they are setting up the stages here for See Here Now. Yeah, right here. This is all these platforms are setting up here, here, and here. Big production coming up this weekend. And I want to take you back to See Here Now. Pearl Jam, the Avid brothers, actually. Lord Huron, love them. Patti Smith and her band, obviously love her. Classic. Goose, Dr. Dog, Matt and Kim. I know Matt and Kim, don't know these two. Briston Maroney, don't know that one. Why Denham, don't know them. No. Black Flamingos, heard of them. Smashing Pumpkins, obviously. Pearl Jam, obviously. That's on Saturday. Saturday, September 18th, are these people here. Sunday, the 19th, are the Smashing Pumpkins. Classic. Billy Idol. Dirty Heads. Group Love. We love Group Love. Ani DeFranco, love her. Tank and the Bangas, not sure. Moon Taxi's going to be there. Wow, that's one of my favorites from Tennessee. I hope this is broadcast somewhere over the internet because these tickets have been sold out for months now. And this is one of the few concert venues that are still doing this live. The Happy Fits, A Strand of Oaks, I've heard of them. Wow. And of course on the surf, there's all of this going on too. So Asbury Park is going to be a See Here Now festival, surf, music, and art this weekend, September 18th, 19th, Saturday and Sunday here across Asbury Park's boardwalk. Would have loved to have seen Moon Taxi.